Well, good evening and welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop. I'm Aeson Knight, and with me tonight is the adorable Wonder Woman, also known as Miss Raine S Love. How are you guys tonight?
Well, I'm wonderful, especially now that I'm here and we get to enjoy conversing together and talking with our listeners. And I'm excited,
I know. It's been another busy week for both of us. It's August, and as you know, in August, in my household, the stove is always popping because the canner's always rocking. And, I've gotten, and instead of just canning vegetables this year, I kind of got a little bit gutsy. Normally I just put up tomatoes, and I'll put up green beans, and I'll put up corn, and I'll put up, this or that. I've made pickles. That was an interesting experience. Yeah, you couldn't move the jars for 2 weeks, not even a half an inch. And then I made vegetable stew. And then I made chili starter. And today I made tomato soup.
Well, my goodness, honey, you're going to be stocked up for the winter. Yeah, canning is one of my favorite things to do this time of year. Unfortunately, I'm not doing canning this year, but I love it. There's so many wonderful things.
There is, and I'm looking for something good to do with zucchini to our listeners out there. If you know of anything, hit me up on Facebook. Because definitely, I would love to have, I have more zucchini than God created, and I can't eat all that zucchini bread.
That's okay, honey. I will get you a pickled zucchini recipe.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yes.
Is it anything like pickled corn?
Well, I don't know if I would compare it to pickled corn necessarily, but then also I believe I have a relish recipe also for zucchini.
Ooh, that would be delicious, especially for like pasta salads. Ooh, that would be good.
And I will make sure I look and get that on my way to you.
Awesome. And if you would, will you look and see if you got a recipe for chow chow? Chow chow.
I do.
Awesome.
I got it.
Send it on, because I haven't been able to find a good one worth nothing.
Don't worry, honey. I've got this covered.
Awesome. Of course you do. You are Miss Wonder Woman.
I know. And if you're really interested, one of my favorite canning recipes to do that I love is tomato apple relish.
Tomato apple relish. Well, I'd have to get some apples. I got the tomatoes. I planted some lovely pink, low-acid tomatoes this year. Oh, they're so good. They've done so great. And
oh, my goodness.
So now all I got to do is wait to find some apple trees around here.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd like to make some apple butter. Slow cooker apple butter. Oh, my God. It's delicious.
Yeah. I keep that stocked up in my house all the time.
And it's so much cheaper. I mean, I think I put $40 into the garden this year, and I'm sure I've got my $40 worth. But I kind of done something interesting. I've got a busy schedule, a very busy schedule, so I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do a garden. But I made a deal with my lawn crew that if they would work the garden, I'd do the canning, and we'd split it 50-50. Because they don't have land to grow a garden, but I do.
Right.
I got land to grow a super garden if I wanted to. We didn't put out as much as what we should, but that way you can feed multiple households off of one piece of land. And we done the French intensive method. I don't think I'll do that again next year. It was kind of a pain. I think I'll go back
to. I've never heard of that before.
The French intensive method is where you plant. You know how normally you have lovely rows of vegetables, and you space them out 16 inches on center when you plant them.
Yes.
With the French intensive method, you plot them, build a little map of them, and you fill in all the little spots with something. That has been a pain in the ass.
Okay, so you have little sections of mounds where you have your squash, and then over here you have your onions, and over here you have your tomatoes, and over here you have, something else and something else and something else.
Yeah, instead of that, you'll plant your squash and where your squash is low growing because it's a vine squash, you'll put your tomato on top of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't like that, huh?
Didn't like that. No, I think I'll go back to the square foot method because I'll get much more out of that. And it won't be so hard to manage. You're trying to move tomatoes, pick squash, and the zucchini. Now, it just took off. It about took over the whole bed. I had to move cabbage, and of course peppers didn't do crap this year. Too wet. But that's okay. I've got a half a freezer full of green peppers, so we're good there. Not only that, but they've gotten so cheap, it's ridiculous. I guess you guys out there had really good peppers this year.
Not that I noticed. Okay, I actually wasn't real pleased. But it's not to say that they weren't there. Could be I was going to the wrong place. But I kind of haven't been, doing a lot of shopping here, in the last month or so either. I have to be honest.
Well,
corn
you know
has done fantastic.
Yeah, corn has done fantastic. Corn done wonderful. I planted a nice small variety that was an early season one, and it's going to do real well. Well, you were talking about you not doing much shopping. That's because you got Wonder Woman syndrome. And we all get this Wonder Woman syndrome. I'll take care of this. I'll handle this. I'll do that. I can answer that. I'll take care of this. I'll take care of that.
Yeah, even under the circumstances, it doesn't always stop me.
Well, nothing stops you, honey. I mean, come on. You had a dislocated shoulder for 4 weeks, and the woman kept her 70-hour schedule.
Actually, it was 6 months.
Okay, 6 months, and you worked your 70 hours. Okay, you get Wonder Woman status. Someone get her the lasso so she can start lassoing the truth out of some people around here.
So this is true, and really, really kind of brings us to, as we all know, this is again the time of year where Mercury's in retrograde, where you kind of have to go, okay, Wonder Woman status.
It's even more than just Mercury in retrograde. The past 9 months, we've been going through a square of Saturn and Neptune, and tomorrow is the eclipse in Virgo. So do you think we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff getting busy, and a lot of people coming to new spiritual awakenings? Because that's, we've seen I've seen a lot of kids come up. They might have been reading tarot cards 2 weeks ago. Now they're doing full spread mediumship readings and opening up really well, which has been great. We need new blood because me and you one of these days will retire and take only calls after cocktail hour and on the beach somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And it's really interesting that you should say that because I really, really have been noticing a lot of people around me who really, in all honesty, there's a couple of them who I never thought had a spiritual bone in their body. All of a sudden they're reading books and they're meditating and, they're connecting, with the different energies. And it's like, whoa, what happened here,
Well, that's when they wake up and start doing things. And, that's been a really good awakening time here. And it's not been too bad. Normally when you get kids waking up, it's like, oh, God. Someone give them some coffee and tell them to quiet down a minute. They'll figure out how to channel in the room. But it's not been that bad, because, I think one of the first lessons a new psychic has to learn is to set boundaries with people.
Yeah, you're right.
And make them hard boundaries, because if you don't, I'm sorry, I'll say this, people will wear you out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I know that I need to do this with myself sometimes. It's like, even people that I know privately, okay, because of my skills, it's like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, or help me with this, And I'll go out to hang out with friends, and they're wanting me to sit down and work with them, and it's like, hey, I need some time off. This is my time to hang out with my friends, not solve your problems. You know, and I think it's important to let others know that, you know what, we're human too, and, you know, for us to sit there and give, you know, that free information, not because we don't care, but we need to have that downtime too. And, you know, sometimes people, I think, see us as, okay, you're just giving information, and not see that, you know, hey, you know, we need to have our boundaries respected, you know. And so that's really important to me, because you're right. Sometimes we don't often think about the other person, and this is really true with a lot of different aspects in all of our lives. You know, we sit there and wonder, you know, well, why doesn't somebody, you know, understand me? We have to take a look at ourselves. Are we understanding them? Are we taking the time to look at things from the other person's perspective too? But boundaries are really, really important. And for newbies, I agree. You know, people are going to be coming in and they're going to be wanting answers and seeking answers. And you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you can be the best that you can be when you are doing readings for other people.
Well, not only that, but you have to, it's kind of like this. And, you know, doctors have the same problem. How many times have we been in a banquet or a party? And, you know, I hang out with a lot of professionals. That, you know, for some reason I get invited to all their stupid events. You know, anniversaries, all that. You know, I have to go put on a suit and tie and look all important. But, you know, I get there and the poor people are trying to celebrate their birthday or their anniversary. And all that I'm hearing in the conversation is, well, you know, I got this ache over here. Or, you know, my stomach feels like it's going this way when I eat this. Or, you know, my favorite is, you know, I got Dr. Bones. Dr. Bones is a gynecologist. And I love going to his parties because some of the conversations are the weirdest. And it's like, really, dude? You hang out with these people? And he's just so nice about it. He's like, oh, you'll want to make a call to the office. Oh, that might be interesting. Here, go check out this site. But if it's something important, he'll say, make a call to the office. And that's his way of saying, all right, I've had enough of this. You know, I'm not going to talk this anymore. If you want medical advice, then you need to come see me in the office. But he plays it off so cautiously, so coyly. And, you know, that's how you have to set boundaries on people. You know, it's kind of like if you're a construction worker. Do you want to go to a party and, you know, when you get there, you have to repair the commode? Or it's just, it's crazy. You know, and, you know, and something else newbie psychics have to really realize, and it's something highly important, is that once you take on the mantle of a psychic or of a tarot reader or of an astrologer or of an intuitor as a channeler, that normally means that you are no longer part of that clique, that you're now separate from that clique because you have, if they're coming to you as clients, you can't be friends and clients. You can be friendly.
Correct. Right.
Okay? But you don't go getting into the drama. You know, if it's a subject you're reading on, you tell them, oh, no, we ain't talking about that. I don't want to hear what she said. You have an appointment next Thursday. And I don't know how many times I've said that. And newbie psychics will just want to hop in there and help out and, you know, do everything and, you know, take them from A to Z. And that's all fine and good. But at the end of the month, as we are now, you know, the newbie psychics are going, man, I've worked my butt off this month. I've done 105 readings.
Yeah.
And, you know, but where's everything at?
Well, I know that, and, you know, this comes back to what you said about, you know, the personal relationship, because I often will have family go, well, why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell me this? Or tell me this, tell me that. Hey, hon, that's family. That's personal. I can't really go there. I can kind of try to put my input
I don't read
in.
family either. I don't read family. I don't touch family. Family, personal relationships, boyfriends. No, ain't reading them. They'll get yourself in trouble there. Now, I want to stress here that we're not talking about our clients or anybody in particular, but we're just kind of sharing things that every profession goes through. So don't think we're talking about you guys. So we like you guys, but at the same time, a lot of people are opening up. A lot of people are coming into the business, and they're all new and they're all fresh.
Right.
And we're sharing some war stories of our own and stories that we see happen all the time.
Mm-hmm. And some of our listeners are also newbies too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's
as a matter
always.
Of fact, I've got two. I've got that tarot class going, and I'm sure a few of them. And that's one of the first things I teach is drawing boundaries. And it's not boundaries with everybody. It's boundaries where you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable chatting with someone on Facebook and giving them information, great. But don't do it with 500. You will wear yourself out.
I don't know about you. I wouldn't get anything done.
I wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, right now I'm having a little bit of a hard time typing. I haven't even been able to do a newsletter for a while.
I know, and that'll be coming out next month.
Yeah, exactly. The thing of it is there's so much, and I think this is not just, I know we're talking to the newbies, people who are just getting involved in the business, but, a lot of us are spiritual. A lot of us are really tapping into that other side of us, and I believe that a lot of our listeners, are tapping into that too because, we connect with something, we connect with people and different things according to where we're at. And so I can't help but believe that a lot of our listeners are tapping into their own spirituality there.
Right.
And you know what? Really, just as human beings and as we go through our spiritual growth process, it is about, us growing and, moving forward on our own life path. And that really is about loving ourselves. Loving ourselves so that we can love others better, but loving ourselves best. And that is where the boundaries is really important. Because a lot of times the challenges that we have come into our life, we don't know how to handle them, especially, when you're dealing with other people. I mean, people can come throw stuff at you and you're going, whoa, where's this coming from? Where do I need to look to fix this?
Right.
Where do I need to look to fix this? And why does this keep on coming up in my life? And that's where, a lot of self-reflection, is really, really, it's powerful to go in and say, okay, I don't really like what's going on here. I keep getting into this type of relationship, or I keep attracting these type of people, and it's not making me happy. And so anybody who is going through that growth process, because we'll all go through it, this is our purpose. This is why we're here, we may be doing some gardening, okay, but our real purpose is to come here and grow spiritually, which means working through those issues from the past and working through those issues in the present, which is why people are brought into our lives, even if we don't necessarily like it or feel comfortable sometimes.
And with this Mercury in retrograde being in Virgo, and this is why we're talking about boundaries, people are going to test your boundaries. People from the past are going to pop up and it's going to be like, I thought I was done with you. What in the heck do I have left to do with you? Go away. And, you're going to have to set those boundaries for yourself. People get bullied all the time, and if you let them, then it happens. If you look at it and go, okay, that really wasn't needed, or this really wasn't needed, well, you're done. You have permission. You have to give yourself permission to fire people out of your life. Be done with them. Because it ain't that good.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, Aeson, kind of what exciting things have you found going on this, week?
Oh, this week coming up, it's a work week for me. I'm going to be in the office all week doing a lot of production. The cup will be coming out and going to our subscribers. If you're not subscribed to our monthly newsletter, you really should over at the psychiccoffeeshop.info. Each month you'll get a lovely email prepared by me with different articles from our psychics. And I send it to the followers of the Psychic Coffee Shop too. So if you're already following us on Blog Talk, you'll get a link to it. There's going to be some really cool articles. Mm-hmm. I think looking at the astrology for this month, it's going to be a rough month for a lot of people that have held on to things. But if you take this energy of renewal, of letting go, of taking a positive stance, of allowing it to develop with you, you'll do much better with it. I mean, because unfortunately, Mercury's in retrograde the whole month. Guess what? 2 weeks ago, it started going into retrograde because it's that shadow periods. And those are always fun. And, you should have listened to Angel Divine's radio show. She was talking about how to use that angel energy for it. And, that was an interesting show. I actually really paid attention to it. But, a lot of people think that, it starts tomorrow or it started the 22nd or whatever. No, it's 2 weeks before the actual retrograde. It begins to slow down. So if you have an early Mercury in your chart, then you're going to begin feeling the effects early. If your Mercury is late in your chart, like your 11th or 12th house, then you will feel it after Mercury in retrograde. Everyone goes crazy. For me, I was born with a Mercury in retrograde middle chart. It's in the 6th house. Well, it was and mine is retrograde, but it could just be Mercury in general. So mine hits about midway through the retrograde, and it'll go insane. And it'll last 2 weeks after the retrograde. Then we've got this new moon, full moon eclipse in Virgo. So that is normally a time of organization. So my suggestion to everyone is bite your tongue and clean your house.
Yes.
It'll work much better. It'll work a lot better because people are going to be grumpy. They're going to be mad. They don't like change. But we've got an eclipse. We get this square Neptune-Saturn thing that's been elevating and raising people up. They don't like that sometimes because they're not ready for the changes, but it's going to happen anyhow. So we get that rocking through all September. And some into November. I think we're going to see a lot of things start coming back up that we thought were dead and gone. A lot of things that we thought was, like, I'll guarantee you, and I'm not getting political, but I'm going to say this. We will probably hear a lot about emails. We will probably hear a lot about behavior not becoming our political officials. We may even begin hearing more and more stuff about other people that you thought, isn't this news story over? Am I watching a rerun? No, you're going to be hearing it again. For our Brazilian listeners, congratulations on your new president. I know he's not going to be popular. Don't look for him to stay there for more than 6 months. Just saying. But that's Brazil. All right. So, Raine, what are you cracking at this week?
Really with me, it's about getting things back on track, trying to get things focused back with my clients and getting things on track so that I can be there for everybody. Also, kind of working on, I have been on this project here for a few months where, I've been working on different techniques with regard to manifestation energy. So I'm trying to get really focused on that. And that's really in part something more for my personal, growth. So I've been trying to get focused on that and be more consistent with that. Because, this last month kind of threw me off track a little bit. So it's just more me getting back. Yeah, it is what it is. But we're getting there. We're starting to get our dance back.
And we're starting to get our shuffle together. And,
yes.
I think you're going to be fine. Plus, we've also gone into the dog days of summer. Listen to me very carefully. When you're in the dog days of summer, please be very careful. Don't go and become Wonder Woman. Don't go and get a cut without treating it. Those little scratches, kill them in alcohol. I don't know what it is. I think it's probably the gravitational pull from Polaris. But during the dog days of summer, wounds have a very hard time healing. That's why, Miss Raine's wound was a blessing that we got it before the dog days of summer, so it's healing very well. And I'm sure she's going to be back to sending some great articles, and her column will be picking back up. And of course, I'm sure. When are you going to Florida? When are you going to Florida?
I'm not going to Florida, but I am going to Vegas.
That's where I'm talking. Okay, so you're going to Vegas. Vegas
I've
listeners.
been to Florida, honey.
I know you've been to Florida, but you got a lot of people there. So y'all guys might want to get together and hit her up for Psychic.biz before she goes and hits the slot machines.
Well, I don't know about that. That's never really been my style.
Oh, okay. You're going to go play blackjack.
Well, no, that's not my style either. I'm kind of more into the entertainment.
Oh, you got to go play the blackjack, honey. Come on. We can show you. I'll show you how to make the cards move. All right, guys.
Okay.
Let's take a break, and then we're going to start taking some calls.
You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
The Magic Happens magazine. So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Do you have burning questions you need answered? We all do. Visit our website at psychic.biz, where you can find accurate psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers from around the world who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can have your questions answered anonymously and right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The introductory chat is always free, and we offer low per-minute rates and special promotions. Our online psychics offer helpful, practical guidance into what matters most to you. Visit us today at psychic.biz.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Well, I didn't want to stop there. Rainey, were you running late with your coffee?
No, I'm just shuffling my cards, getting ready so that we can do some wonderful readings with some of our lovely listeners,
Yes.
and welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. So, this is how we do it. We take the calls in the order they are lined up. We do not control that. Blog Talk controls that, and it's normally the order that you call in. 2, we got to have your name and your birthday and the year, not just your age. We need the year. Uncle Sam doesn't like it. They like the whole year, so let's do that. And because we do have a full board, let's try to keep it to one question. Okay, guys? All right, then. Let's go to 212.
212. Welcome, welcome. Who are we speaking with tonight?
Hi, my name is Mary. Thanks for taking my call. And hello. Well, my birthday is 9/15/71.
Okay.
Welcome.
And how can we help you?
Okay, so I went on an interview fairly recently, and it went well. I was told that the president wanted me to meet with a board member who was in Australia at the time, and he said that it would take a while. It's been 2.5. So I don't know what a while means. I was thinking of again after Labor Day, and I'm just wondering if things are going to continue going well and that I will get a job offer and how I should approach my potential employer.
I feel you do get a job offer. I feel like you should approach him with a lot of smiles and cheer. He likes positive energy. And it looks like it's probably within 2 weeks. So, yeah, you'll hear from him after Labor Day.
Okay. So do you think I should check in with them, or should I wait to hear from them?
No, let him come to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give it just a little bit more time.
Okay, great. And do you mind if I ask one more question?
Sure.
Okay. So I was just wondering if you can look into my brother, because recently we had a family reunion, and my brother Paul and I just weren't able to bond very well, and I was just wondering how I can best deal with our relationship and, mend the rift down the line.
I feel like the best way to do that is let the brother grow up. I'm sorry, he looks like he's 4. In mentality, and let him come towards you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I feel like you do, but it looks to me like it's going to be towards the holidays. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. So
it looks like it'll be toward holidays, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. You have a good evening.
You too. Take care.
You too.
All right, I will. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so let's go over to 5. Where'd it go? They're dancing again. 520. 520, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Carolyn calling you, and my birthday is 9/20/62. Thank you.
Hi. And how can we help you?
Carol.
Hi. Well, I have a second job. My first one I'm happy with, but the second one is my main passion, and I just started it, and I'm hoping that I can start drawing income that will support me.
Rainey, you want to take this?
Sure.
I'm sorry?
What is your specific question, Miss Carolyn?
Do you see a good income coming in starting soon, the next couple of months?
Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, I'm getting 2 months. So, yes, I would say yes. Yeah, okay. Just keep it going here, and it does look to me like it's about the 2-month time period. So that tells me you can start seeing some changes here. You'll start noticing about the 6 weeks, but look at around the first part of November.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah. So you're on track with that. And you have to go with your passion, hon. It's time.
Well, I think I really like this one, the second one. I might even be picking up a third job as far as contractual work with another organization. So I don't know about that one. I haven't heard yet.
Yeah. Hold on with these two for right now, okay? It's not because I don't see it coming in, because I do see the opportunity coming in, but you want to focus here for right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but you will be profitable here. Like I said, it looks to me like it's a 2-month time period.
Great. So good. I'll take it.
Yeah, and like I said, you got to go with your passion, hon, because that's where you're going to excel. That's going to be where you're happiest.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good evening. All right. So let's go over to 857. 857, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How can I help you?
Good. Well, my question is in regards to a lot of stuff that's coming to the surface for me, especially in regards to my insecurities around a friendship. And I'm trying to figure out, is this insecurity that's coming up because of how I'm feeling towards someone in my heart, or is this something that I really need to listen to? So I'm trying to figure out what the difference is.
That it's something you really got to pay attention to.
Okay.
Okay. It looks to me that this insecurity is something that is structural. So you've got to work past that because it's your ingrained thing. Okay.
Okay. So it's not an insecurity. That's.
No. It is, but it isn't. You know how some people just hate the way their face looks? Or they hate their ears, and they'll hate them all their life. It's not just a temporary thing. That's what this insecurity is.
Okay. All right.
So you've got to kind of work with it.
Okay. All right. That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. Meaning it's something. All right. Let me take it a different direction. Meaning it's something that anytime you're put into this situation, you're going to feel this way.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's with this friend or another friend or another friend. Okay. So what you've got to do with that is realize that and see it as for what it is, which is just an insecurity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't make any rash actions or decisions.
No, don't go chopping down any doors or blowing up any houses.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Because you don't want it to sabotage, you don't want it to Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm kind of pulling myself back. I'm like, okay, and I have to just pull back a little bit, okay, and just really, look at this. Just look at this and kind of breathe through this so you can see things clearly.
Right.
Is this legitimate or is this a fear?
No. It's a fear.
Okay. All right. Okay, now I get it. See, yeah.
I know.
Okay, but it's not just a fear about that person.
What's that, honey?
It's not just about that person. It's a fear with you.
Right. Okay. Boy, sometimes I think I'm coming up. Sometimes when I think that I'm coming into the light, and then all of a sudden a shadow just kind of, comes through.
Well, that tends to happen because it's something that you don't want to carry with you into the light. It's kind of like, let's say you're carrying a purse and you're going to go into a restaurant and you want to get rid of it.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, things were great up to that. Things felt good. It's like it felt light. The sunshine was shining, and then all of a sudden it was like the shadow just kind of. It's like the cloud just kind of moved in front of it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Can I just enjoy the sunshine just for a little bit longer?
Right. But it really has. Right. But it really is you pulling the umbrella out. It's not a real cloud. It's the umbrella.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like there's too much sunshine here. Okay. Where's the shadow? Somewhere. This is just too good. This feels too good.
Right. And it has to do with self-worth.
Yeah.
Work on it.
I will, honey. I will.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great evening.
I appreciate it. All right, you as well. You both as well.
Bye, darling.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Well, give me a minute here. This board's being cranky tonight. All right, let's go to 780. 780, you're on the air.
Yes, thank you much for taking my call, Aeson.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I had a little, you're talking about bullying and things like that. Actually, I was bullied on Monday by a person in a meetup group, and it took me by surprise unexpectedly, and it really actually hurt me, actually.
Right.
So I just wondered, I got to find out, my energetic head is like not there right now.
Spinning.
And and I just got to get it back again because I got to get back on a game plan again because he
I think there was a lot of emotions there. Okay.
Oh, yeah, well.
And I feel like with that, you just have to walk out of it. To get back on your game plans, they're not important.
Yeah, I'm expressing a letter to the person who owns the group and say this is what happened, and I just want him out of the group basically, for his actions taken. So and if that doesn't happen, I said, I'm not going to support your group anymore.
Well, just move forward from it.
Yeah. So it kind of hurt me.
Right. But I think that you will do fine with it. Yes, it does hurt, but it's something you can get over.
Yeah.
But it's also important to stand up for yourself, too, and I think that was really good for you, okay? That was good for you to say, this is not acceptable, because, anytime we start to think we have that under control, all of a sudden, we're going to get tested again, aren't we? It's like, you can't go there,
Right.
Yeah. Because basically they're taking their stuff and they're putting it on you. So I think it was really important for you to stand up for yourself, and that's good. That is where I want you to feel good about yourself, okay? Feel good that you did that for you. Said, no, this isn't okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, not only that, darling, but, I hope you listen to the rest of it because it's all about setting boundaries. And, this is why we talk about this so often at this period is because those boundaries are important to have set. And, they were pushing your boundaries.
Yeah. This person did, actually. So I don't know why he did it, but he's a spiritual bully,
Jealousy. Yeah. He wasn't getting enough kudos. He wasn't getting enough, you're so supers. So he was acting like a little punk.
Yeah, so he is a spiritual punk. That's what
he is. I like that.
Yeah. I said him before.
Yeah.
Okay.
All righty.
All right, darling. You have a good evening, and we'll be here if you need us.
Okay, thanks so much for your support.
All right, so let's go over to 520. 520, you're on the air.
Oh, hi, dear. You already spoke to me, Carolyn.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
That's all
For some reason, she was the next. I told you the board's moving stuff, and I've got them numbered. But all right, let's go to 111. Hello from Oz.
Hey, Aeson, how are you?
Good, honey. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good this evening. Thank you. Okay, I have an odd question, but I want to know what my guides are telling me about in email. I have a legal case matter that I have to settle. Do they want me to keep, for example, my current email addresses, or do they want me to change it? Or maybe it's just me.
They don't fit you anymore.
Okay.
Okay, it's like you've got email, like, here's an example. Miss Pink Polly Poo. I know that's not your actual email, but that's the way it looks for me.
Okay.
You don't need that. You need professionalism. You need to step above that because you've outgrown that idea, that view. It's time to step forward and, get an adult email.
Okay, so get it away. So leave it there. Okay, will do.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Aeson. I know you have the answer. All right.
You're welcome, honey. You have a good evening. Oh, yeah.
And just to get validation, I'm sorry, I talked to you a few weeks ago. You predicted that I will get a temping position. I just got something. I got something I already got something on Monday. It's temporary, but it's just to pay the bills right now until I get everything straightened out.
Right, and you'll take a permanent probably within a month.
Oh, really? Wow.
Okay, because you need that security.
Yes, I do. All right, so start now. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Aeson.
You're welcome, darling. All right. Now, you can pull us both together. Both of us over at psychic.biz, they have some great coupon codes. Because you're a listener, you can use the coupon code coffee and get $10 on a $15 deposit. Or you can use the coupon code Summer16 and you can reach us there. And it's $5 free, which basically means the first 2 to 3 minutes are free depending on who you're calling. All right, let's go to... All right, where'd you go to? There we go. 570.
570. Welcome. Who are we speaking with tonight?
Good evening, folks. It's Marty. How are you?
Hello, darling. How are you?
I don't know. I guess I'm lucky. Nobody's been flipping out at me or anything.
Oh, dear goodness, sweetie. You're lucky. Of course, it's the people that are going through that. As we were talking, me and you have talked about this a few times on air and off air because it's such an interesting process of enlightenment or raising their vibration or whatever marketing term they want to slap on it. And it's people just not adapting to that energy well.
Yeah, it seems like the last few cycles where I kept hearing all over the place how people were losing their crap left and right and yada, yada, yada. And I just wasn't experiencing any of that around me. So I guess I'm a little further down the vibrational curve, that I'm not attracting that into my realm or anything. But
I don't think you're down the vibrational curve. I just think that you have reached a level of the vibration to where it's like, no, you ain't coming into my circle. You just stay over there with your stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I think I've raised my vibration enough where that just isn't around me. It just that stuff just seems to kind of pass me by, way off the periphery somewhere.
Exactly.
The energies in the last week, I have to say, have me in a weird place. It's almost kind of baffling to me because in a lot of these big energy waves, a lot of us, we get, the physical symptoms and all. And, I've just been wanting to kind of cave out, not much energy at all and a lot of body aches and, the arthritis crap and all that junk. But I'm so calm. And I'm just like wanting to stay in my own head, and it's like even stuff that like should upset me, it's not that it doesn't, but it doesn't upset me nearly as much as it like quote normally would have. Like today my refrigerator, which I just replaced less than 5 months ago, bought a brand new fridge because my old one died, and the light in it started acting wonky for a couple of days, and I figured it was just a little triggering mechanism in the light, or some little bulging key thing like that. Well, my son comes out on the porch this morning and he goes, Mom, I just opened the freezer and everything on the top shelf is defrosted. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Thing's not even 5 months old. Yeah, it was an inconvenience. It was a big pain in the butt, but, he was here to help me. He ran and got ice. I got a neighbor that had a nearly empty chest freezer, So it all worked out okay. And at the end of the day, they could, of course, only get me a repair person to come Saturday. But, much of a pain in the butt as it was, I didn't, lose it and get, really overwrought, tense, or pissed off or anything. I was just annoyed, and it was like, okay, but Tim was home, so he was here to help me out, and Lori came home shortly after, and she had plenty of room in her freezer, and, and it all could have been, so much bigger of a nightmare, and, that's how I'm taking everything lately. It's just like, okay, I think maybe I've finally reached what James Gilliland likes to call the state of loving detachment, It's just like, I just don't let... Stuff just doesn't rock my world that much anymore.
Well, that's great.
It's not that I don't care about stuff, but I don't let it grab a hold of me so hard now.
Right.
It's kind of like
I don't know.
It is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's just I'm just kind of unaccustomed to this, because like I said, I'm still having the physical symptoms of this wave, but it's like it doesn't really seem to, on a mental, emotional, energetic level, it doesn't really seem to be doing much. Now, I hope I'm not sticking my foot in fate's eye here, sticking my finger in fate's eye and
find some wood, and knock. Because that's just how that's Mercury retrograde right there, honey. At work, so it's definitely affecting you.
Yeah. I was going to say, definitely, Mercury in retrograde, when kind of things especially, things kind of break down sometimes, unexpected things. But, again, how you're handling it, because, I don't know about you, but different places in my life, I'm sure this relates to you, where, different places in my life, I didn't have the same reactions that I have now. Now it's kind of like, okay, there you go. It is what it is.
Yep,
Thank
exactly.
God I've got someone here to help me.
That's the part that surprises me is that I was annoyed, but I wasn't truly upset. And normally I would have freaked. I mean, it's not even 5 months old. What the hell? And I would have had a complete meltdown. But it's
you're just I guess this means I get to eat ice cream.
Yeah,
I can tell you honestly, I probably would have been on the phone afterwards, calling the company. But yeah, it's like, well, there you go.
Well, I guarantee you, I'm never going to buy Whirlpool anything ever again. But
really, it was a Whirlpool. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Because I have Whirlpool everything.
Well,
really?
their old stuff was fine. I mean, the washer that's in here is a Whirlpool, and it was here. I mean, I don't know how old it is because I didn't buy it. It was here when I moved in, but it's one of the older models, and the thing runs like a top. And I've owned them in the past, different Whirlpool appliances, never had a problem. But yeah, brand spanking new in April, and there it went.
Well, it could just have been built on a Friday. I don't know what it is about products built on Fridays and Mondays, but they suck.
Oh, but I had a couple couple of cool things happened too. Well, like in the last week, since I didn't get to talk to you early in the last week.
Yeah.
When I was doing my little nightly prayer ritual, when I close my eyes and I talk to the angels and guides and the masters, and I have my little mental routine I do, and when I was calling in Archangel Michael, it was like, and I usually do it silently. I don't, in my head I just form the words, and before I even got the word Michael out, it just like my brain just triggered Metatron, and I felt a very different energy than I usually do. It was like he just stepped in before I even got to his name. I was calling Michael. Metatron stepped in, and I had the mental picture of Metatron's cube, and I was like, whoa, cool. I never saw that before. It's just like, I mean, I've seen it like on the internet and stuff, sites that show sacred geometry and stuff, but I've never had that appear in a vision like that. And it only lasted a few seconds, but I was like, wow, that was pretty awesome. I'm not sure what it was about, but I was like, well, you're welcome, He wanted to step right in, so that was cool. And the other day when I was sitting on the porch with little man, this big green dragonfly just came and landed in my lap and just sat there.
Wow.
And just sat there and just sat there, and I started talking to it, and it just sat there. And it didn't move for, I don't know, at least a good full 1 to 2 minutes, because I was talking to it and it didn't move. Only when I moved my arm, then it finally flew off. And I've had like tons of hummingbirds buzzing around and all kinds of stuff. It's like,
oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
See, that's all that spiritual growing up that's going on right now. Well, honey, we're out of time, so we'll have to catch you later.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a Gabby Guts Love.
Oh, you were always a pleasure, hon.
Always a pleasure. We enjoy you talking, and we enjoy your insights because it echoes back what we're feeling or what we're seeing going on with our clients or with our worlds. So we'll talk at you later, hon.
All right, doll. Energy hugs to you both. Have a great night.
Energy hugs to you both.
You too.
Well, Rainey, as I said, we flew through another show. Well, good night, y'all.
It does seem to work that way.
I will see you
y'all.
Saturday, and Rainey will be back next week.
Good night, all.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio